Hello. As you can see, they've turned off the lightning strike counters. They did. They turned them completely off in these areas. All we have are zeros. We just got zeros. Zero. They don't want us to know how many lightning strikes are occurring in each area. If you're just tuning in, let me show you this. And you know what I noticed they did? They did it a couple days ago. I think we drew too much attention to the lightning strikes that were occurring. I think that's what happened. We drew way too much attention to the lightning strikes. And that's why they are not showing them, is what I think. That's why they're not showing them. And if you're just tuning in, let me come over here to where you are. If you're just tuning in, hello, there's not a single comment being allowed on here. I'll let you see right here. Not one comment until I say comments. Then the comments are coming down. So let me put this back to me. So this is important, you all. Whenever we cannot see the number of lightning strikes that are occurring, you know there's a whole bunch right here, because we had calculated around 103,000 just in the one area alone when it was in the Gulf of Mexico and around the Florida area. That's what it said, around 1,000 the other day. You all, let me show you something. I'm going to show you something because I got the screenshots to where we last saw that. See, I think that's what got us in trouble. I really do. I think it got us in trouble for doing that. Because let's look at this, you all, honey. Come on now. So look at all these lightning strikes. We were able to look at this map, and it would tell how many lightning strikes were one area. There was 121,000 lightning strikes just from this huge stretch of energy, lightning energy. 121. Okay, what day was that? I don't think I have a timestamp on that one right there. I don't. Let me see if I do. I don't think I really do. I don't have a timestamp on that. Shoot, what day would that be? Let me see if I could. The 16th. Okay, the 16th they had 77,000 on the 16th. Okay, so yeah, since the 16th, you all, they have got to the point where now there's no lightning strikes that are allowed. There's no lightning strikes on this real-time map. Yes, it's very interesting. We drew too much attention to it. And really, once you bring attention out and more people see what you share, then more people they're going to do the investigations themselves, and they're going to report on the lightning strikes. Perhaps it's just me. Perhaps it's just me who is not able to get the number on the lightning strikes. I hope it's just me and not nobody else. I hope everybody else are able to see the number of lightning strikes, because that really was, there's a whole, look at this, like a star in this area right here, you all. It is. I'm sure there's probably by now, and this is like a 48-hour period. Let me see, 24-hour period. Wow, 24 hours. See, by the looks of it, I would estimate that to be up around 70,000, if not 80,000 lightning strikes, maybe 100 in this one area alone, since they don't want to put it there. But you know what we do have? Let me tell you what we do have. We're going to find out what we do have. We have this one map over here that does have they only go the last, I think, 24 hours. They have 42,655 lightning strikes. You can still see it's ongoing. It's ongoing, you all. They ain't stopped. They have not stopped with their lightning strikes. Okay? And the sad thing is, when I wanted to, if we were to go to here, let me get this bookmarks right here. Let me get to this bookmark, go to the Union City thing. If we are to see, yeah, I messed it up. But that's okay. You go to this Union City thing, and let's go to this real-time lightning right here if you want to do the overview map. This is the overview map that shows you the 43,230. We go to the real time. Let's see what this is going to show us, you all. Yeah, I'll do it. If you make me do it, I'll do it. Yeah, see. So this isn't really telling us how many have occurred either. It hasn't. So this is really interesting, because there is a lot. Let me come over here. Let's see if we can do this, you all. We want to do it. We do want to do it. I want to see the counters. Will they give us some counters? Because I got the counters on. I do. Let me see the counters. I want to see the counters, you all, really do. We want to see the detectors. We want to see the yellow lines and stuff. We want to see this. They're not giving us the counters, even on this site right here. Okay, so that should send alarm bells. That should send alarm bells. The alarm bells should be going off, okay? They should be, because they're not letting us know how many lightning strikes are occurring in one location. They're not. And I don't think that's very fair. I don't think it's very nice. Shoot. Why did they have to do that? Well, we know why they had to do that. Whoever they are, really whoever they are, I guess it was showing way too much data. When it comes down to it, we showed way too much data occurring. That's what we did, way too much data. And more people became aware because we raised the awareness of these lightning strikes with these internet tools that are available for public. Okay, so that's what we did. We shared the links and we talked about it. And therefore, they thought, well, you want to talk about how many lightning strikes? Well, we're just going to take them and make them 0, and then you won't be able to tell how many are occurring in one location. And I think that's what happened. That's what happened, because they're not telling it. They're not. So, yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm not PO'd. I really am not. I'm not upset. I'm a tad bit disappointed about like that, but you can look at this and you can tell that it's more than 50,000. It's probably more than 70,000. And let's come over here, you all. Maybe because we did this too. Maybe because we had. What if it's because we pulled up this map? You think maybe that might have had something to do with it too? You know, I don't know. I really don't know. Because we pulled up this lightning strike map. You think? Look at all these lightning strikes. Not lightning strikes, the earthquakes. We got all these earthquakes. Look at this. That is a lot of earthquakes, you all. It really is. Let's see. Because it was a few days ago. Whoa, what is that area right there, you all? This area seems to have had a massive earthquake right there. Let me raise this counter thing up right there, the bullseye. Do you all know what that area was right there? It seems to have happened 3 days ago, is what it seems to happen. 3 days ago. So I guess we could, what could we do? 'Cause I don't know how to find that information like that right there, you all, but I think this is 3 days ago. I want to go to the USGS. Earthquakes. Today. Well, I can do today. Maybe they'll have them. Okay, they might have them, you all. Okay, let's look at it. We can see. Oh, okay, so look at this. Wait, where's this at? A 6.7 on the Mid-Atlantic Grid? A ridge? I want to say drid. I called it a drid, but yeah. Let me shrink this down, you all. I wanted to find out the United States one, because that looked like it would have been a rather large one. It's only a 2.8. It's only a 2.8. Why is it showing up so large? Really, why is it showing up right here like that? Let me see. Because it looks kind of bigger than that. It really does by the looks of this circle. But that's okay, you all. That's okay. So they had a great big one on the, let me see what the big one was. It was a 6.7. That was today. Today on the Mid-Atlantic Ridge. We got to go over there, you all. We got to go to the Mid-Atlantic Ridge is what we got to do. Go to the Mid-Atlantic Ridge where they're showing that earthquake. Because that's be interesting. Whoa, that's a big one. That's a mighty big earthquake, you all, right there. Let's see it. Oh, it's almost a 7, and that happened today. Let's make this big like that today. Wow, let's see it. Let's see what it is. It is a 6.7 on the Mid-Atlantic Grid. You know, we probably got ourselves in trouble. Well, if I rent it for other people and they can't see the counter, I'm sorry. I really am, because I know you would have liked to seen the counters if I rent it. for you. So look at that, you all, on the Mid-Atlantic Ridge, a 6.7 right there. Let's pull it down. You got them going all over the place. They really do. Let's make it shrink. Let's shrink it, you all. Come on now. We can do this. We will do this. So, yeah. Oh, there's no reason to get sick, really, because we got much bigger fish to fry, much bigger things to look at in this life. I bet you there is I wonder, see how many, see this area's got a lot of energy. I wonder if there was earthquakes in this area too. See, we documented this area around here because it got earthquakes. It really did. That area around there, it had gotten earthquakes. Okay, so we can come over there and we can look at it. It's like right here. Let me do this because I like using this map because it really does. It puts so much energy is what it does. So much energy is put into the earth. As you can see right here, I had a 5.2. Around a 5.2, and then you see all these lightning strikes over here. It's like sending all that energy into the earth. And really, if there are those copper rods that you put in the ground, if they're in the ground, and that earth is storing all of that energy, could you imagine? It's probably getting shocked to death. The earth probably is getting shocked to death. If you think about it, because you like to have all that in your body too. I wouldn't like to have all of it in my body. I wouldn't. Okay, let's look over here. Let's see if there was anything over here. Oh my goodness, you all, look what we see. Looks like yeah, look at all these lightning strikes right here. Right here. I'm trying to get these two confused. These earthquakes and these lightning strikes. Look at that, you all. Come on now. So this area has been pummeled. I think it takes around 2.5 days probably for these probably to occur, maybe. Yeah. Oh, they ain't even that old, you all. They're not. They're like they're only not even a day old. Wait, come on now. We got to go to this area over here, the latest earthquakes. Let's see where they would have been. Let me shrink this down. I want to see the United States. Let's look over here, you all. We can do it. So this was a 4.3 in Greece. This was a 4.3 in Greece. This was a 4.4 in Turkey. Okay, Greece and Turkey. It's all good, you all. We're just learning and growing. Okay, so that's what it is. So let's see. So we got these. We got all this electricity in this area. You got this lightning. It's stressing out the earth. You know what it's causing the earth to do? The earth is having heart attacks, okay? It's really what it is. It's like it's stopping yeah, it's making it hard for the earth to function normally, I think. I really do. Certainly, they're not trying to wake it up because what they do with all these lightning strikes, they're breaking it up. It's breaking. It is. It's like crying out. The opening up the ground is crying out, saying enough. I think it's what it's saying. Enough of the lightning strikes. I really think it is, you all. Come on now. So let's look at this, you all. So let's bring this up here so we can see these right here. Now, I wonder what happened. You all, do we got this on here? Hello. Yeah, don't you be, well, you know what? Jay, thank you. You know what? So let's come over here. Let's look at this. I want to see if there was something right there. Okay, we want to look at it. We really love to look at it. Well, if there's something going on over here, we don't know about it because it ain't showing up right now. It really isn't. So I don't see it. Let's see about over here. See, this looks kind of recent too. This is a big yellow one. Let's see how long that yellow one's been there. Today. Oh, see, we got this 5.1. Let's see if it's over here in Japan, honey. Yeah, you got the earthquakes going. You got the lightning strikes going. Let me see if I can get this, you all. It's all right. We can look at it. No, that's not Japan. What is that? That's around these, that can't be Japan. What is it? It's around these volcanoes. Manila. Manila, you got some earthquake activity. That's what it is. Manila, Philippines. Boom, you got a 3.1 happening, you all, because let's look at these. Look at this map right here. Okay, so we know that they got certain areas that the lightning strikes go to. Look like down here at New Zealand. Right down there at New Zealand, you all. Can we go to New Zealand? I want to go to New Zealand. Right down here and see what New Zealand's got going on. Because they got some lightning happening over there. Let's see how they look. Am I over there you are, or am I sitting here talking to myself and you're not seeing the screen? Okay, I think that's probably what it was. So they got some, we don't want Vanuatu to go off. We don't. No Vanuatu. So we just look here. What happened? What happened to the lightning strikes, you all? No, what happened to the lightning strikes? Okay, there they are. They're over there. I'm just trying to get to them to see where they're going. I think it takes a while. We got to let this map refresh because I made it. Every time you redo it, it does what it does. But that is a lot of lightning strikes. They got the purple, the dreaded purple, the dreaded purple signals down here is what they've got too. Look how this is coming. It's coming out of. What is that, around Texas or something right there? It's coming from this storm. If you look, it literally. See, now let's look at this. This lightning strike. They are stretching this way to Australia. Okay, and then Australia in turn they're going to New Zealand. Look at that. So they're going out there in that area. That's pretty wild. And if you're just tuning in, I just want to tell you we can't see no counters. The only counters we've got is what's being shown on this one map right here, and it's 44,586. That's all they're letting us see because too much attention was drawn to it. Okay, that's it. Too much attention was drawn to it. Yes, that's right. You got that bone. You got on the big screen. Nature Spirit. I think that's wonderful. One day I might want to look at some of this on a big TV in the living room. If I ever turn it on, that'd be pretty cool. Looking at it really big. Y'all, just look at this, you all. It's going all over the place. These lightning strikes. Wow. Yeah, I would have liked to know how many lightning strikes were occurring, but I can look at it by the color graphics, and I can determine it's probably up to the 100,000, probably up into the 100,000. You know, it's been in this area for quite a while. It has. Let's see that map I pulled up. Which one was it? Which was the map? So this was moving up. All right, so that's 0. It's like, my gosh. Oh yeah, we're supposed to be looking at this mid-Atlantic ridge to see what they're doing down there. That's what we were supposed to be looking at too. So let's look at that to see if I don't touch the screen, it'll keep accumulating the data is what it will do. It'll keep accumulating the data. You're so very welcome, Nature Spirit. Thank you for being here. Yeah. So they got it. Ooh, we can't really see the whole screen, so we got to do it like this. Just like this, you all, so we can see it. And you can see it's arcing big time. Now, we do have rain, and it's supposed to rain where I'm at. It's supposed to rain where I'm at for a very long time, for like all week. Off and on. Let's look at these going on. Wonder if there was any earthquakes here in in Africa. I wonder. Well, we see up here on the tip of South America, you got a lot of activity going too, and around that ridge right there in the center. Can you see that ridge right there in the center? Like right there in the center. I think that's where the earthquake was. If let me shrink you down right here. Let's move you over a tad bit. Just a little bit, you all, so we can look at this ridged area. Got to shrink it down. Just say, okay, yeah, okay, you all. So it's just looking. You can see these dots right over here. These dots along this chain. That's where some earthquakes are too. Can you see that right there? The 2.0, the 2.9, and 1.4 right in this area right here. And we got these dots where the lightning strikes are at. Coming down to over here, around toward that area. Its high energy is, yeah. Monkey Works. I've never heard of Monkey Works. Who's Monkey Works? 6 strings. Hey, I like that. Monkey Works and 6 strings. Who's Monkey Works? Because that sounds pretty interesting. It's a nice a name. It is a nice name. Boom. Okay, yeah, right there, 6.7. I think that if we were to draw a line, I think this would line up right there. You all kind of boom right there with these lightning strikes. And what if this area is emitting a lot of energy too? Okay, what if it is for this 6.7? Yeah. Oh, flight patterns and military planes. Oh, that's really interesting. It is. Just like this. So, you know, I wonder if this area around here and or somewhere in here will get an earthquake in a few days. I wonder. I don't think they've had any at all. Let me see. Over here. Have you ever wondered why Africa doesn't get that many earthquakes? Have you all ever thought about why Africa doesn't get too many earthquakes? Because I've thought about it. Unless they just don't document it. I really have. I thought about why doesn't earthquakes occur as often on that African plate? Okay. And you may say, well, Gina, it's not the plate boundaries and stuff, but still, why? Why, really? Because you can look at South America, and they kind of get quakes there too. They really do. They get quakes there in South America. Where are we at right here? They get it all along, all down it. So why doesn't Africa get it all down theirs like that? Really, why don't they? Oh, so they've only had a total of 1,972 earthquakes. Yeah. So what am I supposed to be doing here, you all? I'm supposed to be looking at these lightning strikes, and I'm looking at the earthquakes because I like to see if there's any patterns. That's all I like to do. Just see that. So I would assume that there is over 100,000 lightning strikes in this one area. It's bound to be over 100,000 since they had to turn the counters to zero. To zero, you all. So that is a lot of energy. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Where did the fires happen? Okay, don't we have fires in Texas? Texas fires? I want to see the map of the Texas fires. I really do. I want to see where they're located. I guess they're all over the place. The Big L fire. They call it the Big L fire. Why is that whole entire state got fires? Really, you have to ask yourself, why do they got fires over here? Well, I know they're in a drought. Okay, they're in a drought. Don't know. That's right. Oh, Dallas, Fort Worth. I'm going through the big D. I thought that's a song. I'm going through the big D and don't mean Dallas. Oh, that's a divorce. You all, when I first heard that song when I was younger, I thought, what do they mean? I really do. I was thinking that. What did they mean? So yeah, they've got. Okay, so if this energy, what if this really is energy that's electrical energy that's being beamed off a tower and it's just going across this whole swath of area? And when did the fires start? I wonder, when did the fires start in Texas? Did you ever wonder when the fires started in Texas? When did they start? Does anybody have any idea when they did? When did they start? Start date. When did they start? I can't see. I got that thing in the way. They had tornadoes. What we know about the eastern, look, 175. You all, I am sitting here with this on myself. I'm so sorry. I really am. Let's look at this, you all. So they got fires. So let me get this off of here. I don't want to look at that, and I don't want to look at that, you all. Let me get that off of there. So let's see this, you all. Coming, let's see, 178 fires have torched more than 108,000 acres in the past week. But one major fire is now under control. It burned 11,000 acres. 11,000 acres. I just had a deja vu going down through here. I did. So it took a week. Okay, a whole week. Yeah. Loretta, honey, some of the lightning strikes coverage with cyber attacks on threat map. Oh, wow, that's really interesting, too. It really is interesting. So we got these going on. You know, it really does look like some kind of a video game. Bing! And I don't mean, let me tell you this. I'm not making light of any of this. This is very serious because humanity and the animals and the earth is suffering. Okay, they can feel the pain from what's happening. Regardless of what's causing it, it's affecting everybody. And the animals, it's nature, it's earth itself. It's affecting the atmosphere. It's superheating the atmosphere. So it's not a good situation at all. And look at that. It's okay, well, that's all that map does right there. Yes, thank you, citizen. Yeah. Yeah, I would have liked to seen those counters, but it's okay. You can tell by the looks at it that it has increased and it has picked up. You know, who's to say that there is not a satellite up there in orbit over that specific area of the United States? You know, we got space wars going on, the Space Force and space wars and satellites. Okay, we do. We got space wars and satellites. Come on now, we got to look at this. Now look at this. So, look at this. U.S. satellites are attacked daily. The Space Force General details how jamming and blinding lasers, cyber attacks, and other satellites have America's space-based capabilities under siege. See, this is from 2021. Right here. Our satellites are attacked daily. Daily, you all. Electronic warfare jamming, reversible attacks, temporary blinding optics with lasers, cyber attacks on our U.S. satellites every single day. Every single day. There's cyber attacks. See, this is from 2021, you all. Come on now, let's look at this. Can we look at this? Because we got a Space Force. We do. So we got this, look at this, a denial and deception, direct energy weapons, orbital threats, ground site attacks. Oh, no, we don't want to say that. We don't want that. We don't want that. Kinetic energy, cyber threats, electronic warfare, space situational awareness. Look at all of this, you all. On this side, it's reversible. But this side, it's non-reversible. Okay, it's not. Oh my goodness. Ground-based systems. Okay, let's look at this, you all, because I think I've been to this site before. Yeah, so look at the satellite can do. A satellite in orbit. It can do all of that. Okay, it can. Oh no, so it underscores the rapid development and fielding by Russia and China, among others, a wide variety of anti-satellite capabilities. So yeah, and our military, let me tell you about our military. The funding had been cut dramatically. It had for years. They cut the funding and they shrunk the military. They did. Yeah, somebody did it. They shrunk it, is what they did. So look at all these. Wow, this is really interesting. These are satellites in orbit. Look at this. So we can do this. So look at this. The systems that Russia and China are known to be developing and have already fielded include destructive and non-destructive types that are deployed from Earth, such as ground-based jammers, lasers, interceptors, as well as small killer satellites. Gina, did you say they got small killer satellites? Yes, I did. Small killer satellites right there. Kinetic kill vehicles. Positioned in orbit. What does mean in orbit mean? Well, I'll tell you what orbit means. They could be anywhere. They could be anywhere flying above this whole entire area of the world. Anywhere. Because nobody owns space. Nobody owns space, so they got free range up there. Free range. It's the new... Yeah, see, you can do what you want up there. You can fly around and do whatever you want, you all. You can. So let's look at this, you all. Come on now. So a killer satellite able to maneuver close to its target could use various means to try to disable, damage, and destroy, such as jammers, direct energy weapons, robotic arms. So they got the robotic arms up there. I shouldn't laugh, but when you think about robotic arms, you know what that sounds like? It sounds like a transformer, like up there in orbit with the robotic arm hooked to the satellites. Oh my gosh. Wow, robotic arms, chemical spray, small projectiles. It could even deliberately smash it. Oh my gosh, kinetic attack by smashing into other satellites. So I don't know anybody who wants to take all that money up there, throw it up in orbit, and then destroy it by ramming, playing bumper cars up there, bumper satellites up there in orbit. Wow, that is wild, you all. I'm learning something about this. I really am learning something about this. Look at that kinetic attack. So we got a 2019 Russian satellite released a projectile in a one-orbit anti-satellite weapon test. Look at that. So it had got in very close to a U.S. national security satellite, and the U.S. government didn't know whether it was attacking it or not. So it maneuvered close, and it maneuvered dangerously. It maneuvered threateningly, so that they were coming close enough that there was a concern. So clearly the Russians were sending us a message. Wow, you all, they can get up there in the skies too. So, but let me tell you something. We got satellites up there too. Okay, we got the same type of satellites up there in orbit. All these countries, these developed countries, they got their stuff up in orbit. That's why they got the Space Force. They got their own Space Force, you all, they do. So look at that. Wow, this is really interesting. So we had all this stuff starting to happen in 2019. 2019. You would have to be careful about what we declassify, somebody said. But there is much more classified than what needs to be. Barbara Barrett, who became Secretary of the Air Force in October 2019 after Wilson stepped down, said later that the lack of an understanding really does hurt us in doing things that we need to do in space. That was a Barbara Barrett. Early warning, intelligent gathering, navigation, weapon guidance, communication, data sharing. Look at that, you all. Reversible attacks, counter space abilities, all of this kind of stuff. Wow. Trailer mounted antenna dishes with counter communication system block. Look at that, you all. So there is so much stuff going on. And we got all these lightning strikes where they took the counters off so we can't see how many strikes that each area is occurring from the lightning that comes from above. Although there are people who say that lightning comes from the ground also. I know that lightning can kill. It can, and it can paralyze you. It can damage trees. It can start fires. It can do all of that, you all. Every single bit of that, you all. How long have I been on here? I don't know how long I've been on here, you all, but I think this right here is kind of interesting. Look at this. The United States are going to work with their allies and partners to respond to Russia. What did Russia do? Their irresponsible act? Well, I don't know what they did. So it's difficult to go ahead. Defense for space policy. Let's see. It would seem that the U.S. military had decided that reversible attacks do not warrant retaliation, direct retaliation. So they can do what they want, but we will not do direct retaliation against them, okay? They can disable a satellite and stuff, but they're not going to do anything directly against them. Okay, so, that's what they said. They'll work with their allies and partners to respond, and because Russia had an anti-satellite weapon test in space. Okay, so that's all right, you all. That's all right. So now we know they got this kind of stuff flying around up there in space. They do, and they got satellites with robotic arms. Robotic arms. Let's see. Is it going to show a robotic arm? I hope it does. Yeah, they got a robotic arm. Wow, look at that. Excuse me. Look at that robotic arm of the International Space Station. The U.S. military is concerned that a Chinese satellite with a similar arm may be used to grapple other satellites, you all. Oh wow, that really sounds wild, you all, because I'm thinking of big gigantic machines up there in orbit, like transformers up there in orbit with their big gigantic arms. Oh wow. It's kind of like that game, you know how you had that little two plastic robots and you push the button on each end and your robot would try to beat the other robot up. Yeah, they punching, wrestling and stuff like that. So okay, they can grapple at you all. So in the meantime, let's get back to here. They disabled their satellites, their lightning strikes is what they did. They disabled the counters on them, even though the lightning strikes are still going. It's been disabled. And you can see some here. I don't know how I got over here. I wanted to find this right here. Just let me get to over here, you all. We can do it. No, Gina, honey, you all, I have literally got myself, I don't know what I did. I got myself out of that. That's okay. We got to come back to it. Okay, I can leave it right there. So yeah, oh, they got something coming up here in this area, you all. Yeah. Excuse me. Look at all of that. And I really do. I feel that there's over 100,000 lightning strikes in this one area. Even though they got it at 0, I'm sure there is because there's too much purple going on and red. Yeah. Rocket Sock'em Robots. Brian Waddle. Yeah. That's, I'm doing great, Indian Men Only. I'm doing great, and I am getting ready to go. I just wanted to get on here very briefly. I didn't know I was going to go into all of that. Look at that right there. Boom. We know that the lightning strikes were occurring over here and over here in this area. Let me see. Over there in that area, we had a 7. Would we have a 6.7 earthquake right here in this area? And there has been lightning strikes in that area. There has been right around in that area, and which was the northern mid-Atlantic ridge. Is where it was around that area right here. And we've got lightning strikes right here. We have lightning strikes in this area right here. And we also have like let me do this. We also have, if I can come over here, we have lightning strikes in these areas right here that have where's that at, that have, let me move this over so you can see, that have earthquakes. Okay, we do. So look over here. So right here, you see we have a lightning strike right here in this area. We have earthquakes around that area too. We do, because there's so much energy. The earth can't withstand all of this abuse. Okay, it's literally being abused by the lightning strikes. And it's under enormous stress. Look at that. All this area, and we got all these earthquakes. Gina, are you saying that there's earthquakes? These lightning strikes are causing these earthquakes? I am saying that there is, there's a lot of energy, and energy is a powerful force. It is. It is. And the earth is under stress, and I don't know how much more it could take. How could you, if you had big copper rods jammed into you to absorb all the electrical current that would come from above and pushing it down into the earth so it doesn't fry your breakers in your house and in your businesses? That's a lot of stress for the earth to take in, a lot of energy. So with that being said, I am going to go. Thank you all so much for coming on here, and thank you moderators for being on here. This is fun. It is. I like coming on here, but I don't like it that they have the lightning strikes at 0 all across the whole United States on these particular maps. But that's okay, because we know by the color schemes on here that it's probably over 100,000 in the United States, and probably up there around 40,000 maybe in that Mediterranean area at the top of South America or Africa. Yeah, so I am going to go. And with that being said, hello, wherever you are in any part of the world. Hello from my heart to yours. Love you. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and thank you so much for tuning in. I think this is it's good to pay attention, and we know that they got some robotic arm satellites up there in orbit. Yeah, so that was pretty interesting. It was. Love you.